Well, Paul Ryan recently had some audio leaked by Breitbart. Now, if you don't know who Paul Ryan is, he's the current Republican Speaker of the House. Also, Breitbart is ran by Steve Bannon, who's part of Trump's cabinet. So, it's possible Donald Trump and Steve Bannon had some connection with this leaking. I remember I was watching the Young Turks talk about it, and they, especially Chank, were just talking about how it had to be Trump who released this. I think that's irrelevant in favor of what's in the tapes itself. Now, in the tapes themselves, it is Paul Ryan claiming that he will not support Donald Trump and that he wanted to focus more on House Republicans running as opposed to Donald Trump. This was, of course, back when Donald Trump was still campaigning. In fact, it was still, I think it was even before the primaries officially started, so it was still unlikely he was going to become president in the minds of most people. But he did. And really, this shined a light on an issue with the Republican Party in general, and that is they have no consistency. That's what this audio reminded me of, and I'm going to use this to talk about that, because Paul Ryan's not the only one. Let me think. Ted Nugent said that he'd support Ted Cruz during the primaries. Went on to support Donald Trump. Sean Hannity said that he'd support Ted Cruz during the primaries. Went on to support Donald Trump. Mike Pence was supporting Ted Cruz during the primaries, is now Donald Trump's vice president. You know, at this point, I'm surprised Trump didn't flip-flop. Well, okay, on this, he's flip-flopped many other times. So when the Republican Party has so little consistency that one moment will be like, Ted Cruz, John Kasich, Marco Rubio, Jeb Bush, and then the second that someone they didn't support comes in, it's like, oh yeah, Trump, 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 Trump. Were you really expecting audio like this to not be leaked? I'm surprised it needed to be leaked, honestly. The only difference between Paul Ryan and the other people I mentioned is that Paul Ryan was better at hiding it. And some people are theorizing, particularly the Young Turks, of course, that this will lead to Paul Ryan being kicked off of Trump's campaign. But if Pence wasn't kicked off, then Ryan's not going to be either. Let's just be real here. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this. I'm Cifro Joe, and good night.